It's time to go back to the beginning of when the world went quiet. Let's get into it. Hello there, Clapperheads, and welcome to a brand new edition of ClapperCorns. I'm Nick Dorian. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the latest installment in the Quiet Place franchise, A Quiet Place Day 1. After the success of the first two movies, it's time for the story to go back to the beginning. A Quiet Place Day 1, like it says, tells the origin story of the entire saga. As New York City is under the grip of this alien invasion, one woman must find her way to safety while along the way making a few friends with survivors and trying to make the ultimate escape. If you've seen any of the predecessors, it's a fairly simple story. It's a survival story at the end of the day. These terrifying aliens are hunting down the human race, and all we can do is stay absolutely quiet because that's how they can find us. They use their sonar skills as well as a bunch of clicking to find where we are, thus the name A Quiet Place. And this film is no different, but that formula still works. And to be honest, this might be one of the best films of the franchise next to the first film. While A Quiet Place Part 2 wasn't exactly terrible, it just didn't live up to the expectation that the first one had set. However, Day 1 has matched that and even more. Moving from the suburbs to the city, the stakes have been raised incredibly high, and instead of a few monsters, you've got an army of monsters coming at them. And much more than that, there's a deep emotional impact within the story. It's rich with raw and human emotions that you will connect deeply to. I think it's safe to say what A Quiet Place does well is create those massive suspenseful moments in its silence, and it does it so well again in this third installment. In those silence, tense moments, you are going to be holding on to the sides of your seats and holding your breath, hoping nothing bad will happen. And also anticipating a bunch of scares which may or may not come. That's the best part about it. It's truly mastered the genre of suspense horror. But coming back to those emotional beats, that is purely down to the actors at play here, and Lupita Nyong'o has done a fantastic job at that. She brings such a human element to the story filled with hope, memory, grief, loss, and everything in between. There's such a complex story behind her character, and you can feel every single emotion and connect deep with her. The first two films, you are very much connected to the family characters. There were multiple people that you could connect to. But with this, they simplified it and gave you Lupita Nyong'o as well as Joseph Quinn, the other lead star of the film. The two of them have this very deep connection that when you believe all hope is lost, you just have to look at the two of them and remember that the human connection is so incredibly strong. When faced with the ultimate challenge of survival, it's down to the human connection and teamwork to work together to just make it out. And while the two of them really made the film what it was, there was a surprising third lead star that I really want to talk about. Frodo the cat. Now, I don't think the trailers did it much justice, but Frodo the cat has become a surprising star out of this entire film. Who knew a cat would make you feel so much more in love with the movie? But it certainly has done that, and you are going to fall in love with this cute feline. And you may think to yourself, oh, this is going to be a film where they're all trying to save the cat. No, you'll be surprised. Just watch it. You'll find out. So do yourself a favor. A Quiet Place Day 1 comes out in Malaysian cinemas today, the 27th of June. Go and catch it, especially in IMAX. And why I say that is because the sound design of this film makes it even more intense, and you've got to see it in a good surround sound system. And there's no better place than that than the IMAX system. It's a film that's so raw, so emotional, so intense, and so nail-biting, it can only be done in an IMAX theater. And as always, you can check us out on all social media. It's all on the screen at the moment: Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Go and follow and subscribe to those channels for more updates. Thank you so much again for watching. I am Nick Dorian, and until next time, keep watching the movies.